deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. Let's go. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all want to ring. Yeah, we all want to be free.
Time in here. Why? Because it's been busy with meetings and a lot of stuff going on. So I had to jumble this live stream for you folks today. And now we're going to get after it and talk about Detroit Lions and Los Angeles Rams on today's stream here. And tomorrow we should be streaming on here with the rest of LNU doing a fantasy football type of stream. It's going to be epic. I think Herm's going to be on there as well. It should be all of the Lions Nation night. Guys, we got to do some sort of thing tonight in prep for tomorrow. So we'll see exactly who's going to be on here for tomorrow. But I fully expect it's going to be a significant amount of Lions Nation night content creators on this bad boy. So I'm excited really for that. And the fantasy football that's going to be taking place tomorrow, you all are going to be able to win prizes. And I'm talking about legit prizes, not, just here and there. We're talking about, a rookie cards and signed memorabilia and stuff like that. So it's going to be epic. We're going to be doing this weekly. I think it's going to be on Wednesdays from what I'm hearing. I think Speakeasy is going to be the host for it tomorrow night. That's going to be epic. So I'm really excited for what's going to be taking place tomorrow on that front. With that said, let's shout everybody in the building. We got Shift God in here, Kurt Kasprick, Big M, James Janella, Shift God, Joseph C, Big M. Thank you for coming in. Apologize for the odd timing. It's just what happens when you have week one approaching, as well as anything else. So, So I just getting the messages right now from the opposite side. So let's get into the Lions right now and talk about Lions and talk about Rams really quickly in the building. Oh, good. Okay, so let's get to the practice report really quick and who practiced and who did not practice for this. And get into it right now. So Ifutu Melifonwu is dealing with an Achilles issue, and he did not practice today. It's something that's been lingering since the Kansas City Chiefs practice and game there. I don't think it's going to be serious or anything like that, but he didn't practice due to that. And it looks like one of our other safeties who didn't practice as well. So it was not a starting safety. Didn't practice is Lauren Strickland was missing from practice as well. So he's just a reserve guy. So the Lions are extremely healthy heading into this game, and that is good news for our Detroit Lions. Very good. And that means Jahmyr Gibbs, Kirby Joseph, everybody else has practiced in this game. Practice for this game, and they'll be ready for Sunday Night Football. Penei Sewell will be ready. Everybody is going to be ready. So ready for Sunday. I am as well. I think we're all ready for this game. It's super exciting, and it's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. And I know for me, last night, when it comes to what I did, is I rewatched the Lions and Rams game, full game, watched it on the NFL.com. I paid for the $100 to watch all the games and stuff. And so what I seen, there's a couple interesting things. Obviously, rewatching this game, it was the secondary was the biggest issue for the Lions. Cam Sutton, he was getting torched. And we get to see what Carlton Davis can do against this offense. And I also watched the Lions and Buccaneers game specifically for Carlton Davis. And Carlton Davis was with the receiver the whole freaking time in that game. Now, he did have passes on him, but I must say, he was not no 1 yard off of any of the Lions players. He was right with them. He had really good coverage, and I believe they only had one pass interference in the game, and that was on Carlton Davis. That was at the end of the game, resulted in a first down, or it was a defensive holding, one of those penalties. Carlton Davis was looking really good. So what does that mean? Well, Carlton Davis is much, 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 much better than Cam Sutton. It's not even close. Puka Nacua or Cooper Kupp, whoever he's going to be guarding, is going to be much improved. I'm not saying that they're not going to get theirs, because they will. These are good players. Cooper Kupp's a good player. Puka Nacua is a really good player. They'll get theirs in this game, but I wouldn't expect no 180 yards passing. That's not going to occur at all. Carlton Davis is a stud, and I'm really excited to see what he can do out there against this defense. The Lions secondary just immediately is improved. Vildor played in the game as well. He did decent. He got burnt a couple of times. He did decent. Terrion Arnold is much improved than Kindle Vildor. So I think that the Lions are going to be better in pass defense. But the question will be, will the Lions offense be a little bit rusty because they haven't played so far in preseason? And okay, that's a legit question. Could there be a little bit of rust? There could be. Remember, if you watched the Lions game, they had 3 straight touchdowns, and then it was, I think, 3 drives of basically just 3 points, and then at the end of the game, too, they had a missed drive. So if there's a little bit of rust in the beginning, I think the Lions would heat up. Lions did that as well against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're slow to start the game, and then they heated up, and then they just kept pouring the points on. So there could be a little bit of rust. I'm not worried about it. DJ Reader's been practicing, Joseph C., but the problem is will he play? Remember, he's not in complete football shape, and that's why he could be making his debut week 2 versus the Buccaneers. So he's healed. He just got to get in football shape, and he's got to get everything right and down pat. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to play. That's the absolute truth. Yes, the Rams star tight end is out, as well as having no starting right tackle. Yep, we knew that a while ago. Those two were going to be out. Their offensive line is going to be hindered from that. With that said, Stafford's going to be playing, obviously. Nakua is going to be playing. And we get to see, how this defensive line will do against their offensive line, but that's why I'm not too big onto it. I know that their starting tight ends not going to be playing. He got injured in the Lions game at the end of the game where Kirby Joseph hit him near the knees, and that resulted in his injury, and they still put up points, and they're still moving the ball. So, yeah, let's see. Is it too much to expect a top 10 defense this year? Big M, I think you can expect it. Hey, Lisa DeLorenzo, I seen that you hit me up. Sorry, it's just been really busy. I'm not expecting a top 10 defense. If you want to, you can expect it. I just hope for a top 16 defense, top half of the NFL. That's what I want to expect. You hear that the Rams have no left tackle. I heard they have issues. They had issues with the offensive line last year, and that's one of the reasons why they probably didn't win their division, for sure. Yeah, we know this, and we're get to see what our defensive line is going to do against them. What position do you think we are weak at? Weak? Not necessarily weak. I don't think there's a lot of weakness on this team right now. Questions? Yes. Questions with the kicking and kicking off, right? Who's going to kick off for the Lions Sunday Night Football, because there was issues with kickoffs, as well as coverage on special teams. That is a concern. Jake Bates, can he kick the field goals in the extra point? That's a concern. I wouldn't say it's a weak spot, because he is getting, like he can kick, right? We just don't know. He just needs to be consistent. I guess wide receiver 5, but that's not like they're going to be playing on Sunday anyways. So I'm not concerned from a starter standpoint. I'm really not. The offensive line, from a starter standpoint, not backups. And we're talking about Sunday Night Football concerns. I'm not worried about quarterback, tight end, offensive line. Definitely not worried about running back, wide receiver. I'm not worried about defensive line, linebacker, secondary. It's more of the gel. And I know that it's going to take a process for the secondary to gel. So I'm not worried about it. Special teams. Yeah, that's what I said. So I don't really have a weak spot. What is your score prediction for Sunday Night Football? Dang, you had to ask me right now, Shift. I got to make my prediction video tomorrow for my channel, my personal channel. So I don't want to give the score out. I will tell you this. I have the Lions winning the game. I'll do my score prediction tomorrow because I don't want to spoil it. Hashtag Marker Mike Stafford. Hey, you're the GOAT, by the way. Stafford going to be eating the dirt a lot. 6 sacks. Their offensive line doesn't look like it's doing so hot. Lions will cover the spread. Lions Super Bowl loading. I truly do worry or hope that they can get multiple sacks. I think they will. The pressure, I do feel confident the defensive line is much improved. I am. And it's not like Stafford's the biggest mobile quarterback in the world. That's more what I worry about defensively. So I think they could get multiple sacks. Are you still sitting on 52 players? They'll need to elevate Patrick sooner than later. Are we still sitting? I don't know if they're officially sitting on 52 or not. We don't really know who's going to be active for the game, right? They do the inactives and actives. So we'll wait for the active list to come out. But he's probably not going to be ready for the game. No, I don't believe he's going to be ready at all. People are praising Brad Holmes for signing Cam Sutton after the first 8 games before he got injured. You didn't hear anything from that side. Yeah, and then he played like butt cheeks. And guess what? He got cut by the Steelers. I don't care what you did. Just because you did good in 8 games, that's not consistency. You have to be consistent. He was extremely inconsistent. And then teams wanted to test him more. And when they tested him more, he got destroyed. Cam Sutton was bad. If he played good the first 8 games, I don't care. How'd he play the whole season and into the playoffs? He was horrible. There you go. Like, I don't smashed a hole. Do you think that every play with the reason should be reviewable? Absolutely not, man. Every play that if every play was reviewable, it would be the game would be like 5 hours. No, I don't think so. I just think that the refs should be. I think that if players screw up, they get disciplined. I feel like if refs screw up, they should get disciplined. They don't get disciplined. I think we should have full-time refs. They don't have full-time refs. These are the things I think that's hurting the NFL in general and the Lions. What is up? I'm just trying to see questions. On the paper, the Lions should win by 10. Do you think that do you think it's the secondary that will get the most intense attack by the Rams? It will be the most, because that's the strength of their team is the pass game. And Stafford is going to pass the football. Yeah, and look, it's going to need time to gel for the secondary. That's just the reality of the situation. I think it'll be a close secondary. Pretty much they'll put up the test, guarding 2 of the most dangerous in the NFL. Yep. And I expect points to be put on this team. Okay. And it doesn't mean it's bad for the secondary. The Rams is a good offense. They are a good offense. We have to give them their due. Hutchinson, opportunity to be defensive player of the year. He does have an opportunity to be defensive player of the year. Cam Sutton was always number 2. Seagers are hurt in the Hawks game, and both those guys were brought in to bring in a gritty 2. And it worked. The D got better because of both of those guys. And Cam Sutton is trash. If he is so good, why isn't he on an NFL roster at this point? I mean, he did get an interception in preseason. And in week 3 of the preseason, celebrates so much that he's not on the roster. I look at these first 5 games, they find exam for this secondary, for sure. Their individual performance was cheeks. This was it was terrible. And you're going to see a much improved secondary with Carlton Davis and Terrion Arnold and Amik Robertson. Now, I'm not saying Amik's going to be better than Brian Branch was at nickel last year, but he's really good. And Brian Branch is safety is going to be much, much better. What this secondary shows us these first 5 games will tell us where we're out of defense. I wouldn't necessarily say that. Secondary it's going to take time to gel, and it's going to take a little bit of time for these guys to get better. So just be patient with the secondary. They're young. I would say by week 8, week 9, these guys are going to be looking pretty good. I'll go with that. Top 15 defense. If we had a top 15 defense, James, I'm happy. The first quarter away from a Super Bowl with the 23rd ranked defense. I know. Just imagine if 23 goes to 15. I'm talking that. Reader isn't on the injury report. He must be playing. No, not necessarily. I keep saying he's not injured. Doesn't mean he's playing. He's not 100% in football shape. So they're not going to play a DJ Reader until he's in football shape. Remember, he didn't have training camp. He's not physically right now the same as the rest of the players, but he is a veteran, so that could change it, right? He could get some snaps. But at this point, it doesn't necessarily, just because he's practicing doesn't mean he's going to be good to go. Is if he playing? I'm going to say he doesn't play. I don't think he's going to play. Sorry, but I want to see an absolute dismantling of the Rams by the Lions. There's no sorry. We all want to see that, right? Not argue about that they were brought in to bring locker room vibe. And now there's the door. Yeah, we have to get better. And it was not good enough. Our secondary was the weakest part of this team, and they got better. And I agree. Out the door. I'm not here to when it comes to football. And by the way, he would be on this team if he wouldn't want to mess with his girlfriend and do stupid actions by his girlfriends. That's the real reason he's off this team. We got to the NFC Championship game, and we were just winning games. We were barely winning games. If we had a competent secondary, we win the Super Bowl. And that's the facts of the matter of the situation. We win the Super Bowl. So by upgrading the secondary, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have a better record, because we do have a harder schedule. It's a different year, completely different year. But I don't care. Well, this player got us there, and I want to win a Super Bowl. I want to win the Super Bowl, and that secondary was not getting it done. It would have been difficult. Could we have? I think we could have, but we didn't. Let's upgrade that secondary. We had a lot of money, and we did. What should we expect in the third quarter? Your question is as good as mine. I have zero idea. I hope it's better, but I don't know. But it was. Let's keep it 100, though. When it comes to the third quarter woes, I say this 3/4 of the way through the season, it got better. I will say that. So we'll see. Hashtag Veggie, what do you think about the chance of DJ Reader playing against the Rams? I'll go with 40-60. If he does plays, it's probably just a handful of snaps. I want him to play. I'll go 40-60. Hashtag FGB. I mean, like plays like what happened with Dallas. Devin Davis. Look, what happened there was BS, and I agree. There should be a review of that. I could 100% agree there. If it's a very controversial play, maybe have a flag system. But the problem is even if you use the flag system there, that referee stated that he reported eligible. So the referee, you're going off what his word is. And he's just going to say that's what I heard. So I don't know. That's a different type of thing. If Josh Reynolds doesn't drop the ball twice, if he doesn't drop the ball twice, if the Vildor interception doesn't happen, if fumbling the ball by Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't happen, all of that. But at the same time, I could say, you could say many different things. But the schedule is harder this year. The schedule is harder this year. You have to get better. The NFC North got better. You don't stay the same. If people want to stay the same, okay. Bring back Cam Sutton. Bring back Jerry Jacobs. Let's do it. Here let's do a quick poll in the comments below. Option A, bring back Cam Sutton. Have Vildor as your number 2. Jerry Jacobs in there as well. Or do you want to go with what we have now? Terrion Arnold, Carlton Davis, Amik Robertson. A, for Cam Sutton. B, for the new corners. Let's do a poll right now. I want to see how many people are going to put, we want to bring back Cam Sutton. We want to bring back Jerry Jacobs. A's if you want to bring him back. B, if you want what we have right now. We got 2 B's. 3 B's. 4 B's. More B's. 100% B. No, that's still 100% B. So what are we arguing about? There's zero argument here. He's a great depth piece. Yes, he's on the team. I don't know what we're arguing about. The past secondary was butt cheeks. This secondary is upgraded in all around. Why would you want to go backwards? I mean, if you want to go backwards, that's it. There's, I mean, you could have your own opinion, but I don't want to go backwards. Who do you think will have the biggest X factor in this game? Oh my goodness. Great question here. Oh my God. I'm going to go with, can I just go with the defensive line? If the defensive line can get to Stafford a half a second more than it did last year, he's going to get hit and sacked a lot. I know he got sacked twice last year in the playoffs. But my, oh my, if you don't need to do corner blitzes, if you don't need to do safety blitzes, if you don't need to do all that, and you can get pressure with the defensive line, the Lions are going to have a good day defensively against this team, because this secondary is full of individuals that love turnovers. Kirby Joseph, he gets turnovers every year. Brian Branch gets turnovers every year. Terry Arnold, 5 last year. Carlton Davis is a physical guy. So if you could get pressure upon this defensive line by Marcus Davenport, not Aiden Hutchinson too, that could be the X factor for this game. There we go. Let's see. I don't know what I don't care about what I'm not even going to debate about Cam Sutton or CJ Gardner-Johnson. They're not on the team anymore. I don't care. Aaron Glenn knows how to do it. Absolutely. I think AG really has to get in his bag Sunday night. Yeah, he does. Now, if you're talking about pressure on somebody, it's Aaron Glenn. He's got the most pressure, I think, on this whole team. Him and Jake Bates, right? I think they got the biggest pressure out of everybody because Aaron Glenn, he's got the pieces now. If the defense is ranked 23 this year, I don't want to hear defending Glenn. If the defense is top 10, we're going to praise this mug. But the pressure's on him. I think he's going to stand up to the pressure. I've been saying this all year long. I was really focusing last year of the moves that he made, and I thought that was a huge difference, and that was bringing in more of Ifafutu Melifonwu. All right, they did the safety blitz. They did a lot of corner blitzes, nickel blitz, and they replaced Jerry Jacobs with Kindle Vildor. When they did that, the defense did get better just by those individuals and those changes. And I think by showing that, and he knew that the secondary was bad, they had to revamp it. So if the secondary, it should be better. The defense should be better. But if it is not, he's in trouble. Okay. Hashtag FGB, do you think that Stafford retires after the season, given his back injuries over the last couple of years? Ooh, is he 36? Maybe he'll do another year. I think he'll probably do 2 more years. But if he breaks his spine again or has a broken bone in his spine and he's got to retire, I would suggest that to him just as a human being, even if he was on my team, because he's already had 2 fractures in his spine. And I can tell you right now, it's not like when you get older, it gets easier and better. He's close to my age, and I couldn't imagine, but maybe he'll give it 2 more years. He is a tough SOB. As much as you may not like Stafford or not, there is no question he is tough. Him and Jared Goff are both tough SOBs. And I'll give him his flowers on that one. Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford are both really, really tough. Let's see. My prediction for Stafford, pain. I hope so. AG finally has some tools now. Yeah, there's no excuses. Whether you love Aaron Glenn or you dislike Aaron Glenn, there's just no excuses. We just need to see the defense be much improved, right? That's all we're asking. And that's what it should be. That's the expectations. I expect the defense to be a top 16 defense. And if it's 17, I'm going to be pissed. Okay. I expect it to be a top 16. It should be able to move up from 23 to 16. Okay, it should be able to do that with the DJ Reader acquisition, with Carlton Davis, Terry and Arnold, and Amik Robertson, and moving Brian Branch to safety. With those moves and Jack Campbell now in year 2, this defense should be better than 23. If it is not, at that point you would have to look at him. There'd be no excuses, and I think a lot of people would agree. Even if you're Speakeasy, he's Defend the Glen, right? I'm sure he's not on right now, but I'm sure he would agree that yeah, you would have to at this point. Let's see. Why do you think we are playing Dallas 2 years in a row on the road? Because it's good games, right? They want the Lions to, and you go by divisions too, like I think it's this year, is it the NFC West and the what is it? AFC, I'd have to look. I forgot what the AFC, but each year it does go by each division. So you face each 2 divisions each time. And then when it comes to the rest of the schedule, they probably just they want to go by ratings and other things. And there's only a handful of games after that. But because it's a good rivalry, and that's why that Rams are coming back here, right? Like they're going to come back here. You got the Rams coming here. You got Buccaneers coming here, be 2 years in a row. Us going to Dallas again. It was a higher rate. So they do ratings as well. So there's reasons for it. I'm tired of going to Dallas. I am with you. I'm tired of it because every time we go there, there's screwery happens with the referees. It's just crazy how literally the only time I do in prediction analysis and breakdown video, which I'm going to do tomorrow for each game. I do it each game. I've done it in the regular season. The only team that I do I add referees to it is the Dallas game. And last year, my prediction video, I had the Lions losing, I think, by a point because of the referees, and it happened. It's because something is on, something with the referees in Dallas. Jera or whatever is going on, it is now consistent. And when I do the Lions game again, I think it's week 6. Part of the reason I'm going to say the Lions going to win this game, but I'm going to say it's going to be closer because of the referees. It's simple as that. You look like the ghost from Ghostbusters. Man, my lighting must be off or something. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, man. I don't remember the last time we played Dallas in Detroit. Was it the Stafford, Calvin Johnson, and Reggie Bush? I think that was it. If not bad luck, Vildor was one of the. Oh, a sick argument. By the way, I don't get upset for Vildor for that. It was just it was a play that resulted in the first down. But I am with you. I think that was such a freaking fluke play. I have no hate for Vildor for that. I like Vildor, and I'm happy he's on the team as a number 5. But that was a funky play, and a 90 out of 100 times, that's not what's going to happen. So I'm not going to get too upset with it. I'm not even too upset with Jahmyr Gibbs fumbling the ball because he's not a fumbler, right? So, some of this stuff there, it's just kind of a fluke. And yeah, the Vildor, I don't hold a grudge with Vildor on that at all. I truly don't. That is something that just doesn't happen all the time. That was a fluke play. And yeah, it's annoying. It's a terrible play. Like, we're all upset. But at the same time, it was a fluke on him. Hashtag FGB, who's the biggest threat in the NFC North? The Green Bay Packers are the biggest threat right now. Yeah, I'm talking. I know. Yes, I did the cross, but you also said they do also by teams with great ratings. So I did both. There is a cross. You have 4 teams from the NFC you face, 4 teams from the AFC, right? And then there is a cross, and then they do popularity I think they do popularity contest. I think that's kind of how it works, or ratings. There's a lot to do with the ratings in the NFL. That's where a lot of this. Why do you think all the stuff happens with penalties on the quarterback? It's they want the quarterbacks to be available, and so their ratings are higher. Vildor has 0 interceptions. How is that one of the best? One of the best. What? What are we? The best options for the Lions last year. We are literally doing peeling oranges here. What is going on, guys? What you wanted to who else you wanted to put out there that we had on the team last year? There was really no one else you could do. Do you hope Matthew Stafford gets a tribute video this year? No. Why the hell would we do that? Why the hell? He could do that when he retires. No, I don't want to see it. This is a game. We are fighting Stafford. He wants to win. He wants to beat us. He wants to beat us. His mentality is, I want to go to Detroit and I want to beat them. He is salty. Why would we do a tribute? No. He is the enemy on Sunday Night Football. Until he's not the enemy, then Baker Mayfield's the enemy the following week, right? Like, man, no, I don't want to do a tribute video to him. And if he retires, absolutely, we could do a great tribute video, and it could be all great and cool. What to expect from Vaki? Maybe a handful of plays in the passing game. That's what I expect. It's going to be hard to be there in a running back, but I'd like to see him out there. Broski Bear says, Vildor is garbage. Bears scrap that you signed. Yeah. Got to the NFC Championship game. Vildor did do a much better job than Jerry Jacobs. So I'll take the worst trash then. I want another Hutch and Reader to make me on the field. I do that as well. Simply, that would be awesome. I hope Matt Stafford leaves the W in Detroit where it belongs for the Lions. You ain't see Stafford come out bashing the fans after they. Who's bashing Stafford? Who is bashing Stafford? He is the enemy. I am going to bash any quarterback that comes here. I'm not going to, if I go to, let's see, Soldier Field, do you think that Bears fans are going to be like, hey, Jared Goff, or hey, David Montgomery, we love you. No, they're not going to do that. Why? He's not on our team. Look, you're either a Lions fan or you're not. If you're rooting for Stafford, you're not a Lions fan. If you're rooting for Stafford Sunday night, you're not a Lions fan. It's clear as that. If you're a Rams fan, cool, then root for Stafford. If you're an NFC North fan of another team like the Bears, Broski Bears, probably rooting for the Lions to lose. That's cool. I mean, because they're not fans of the Lions. But if you say that Stafford, if you're a Lions fan, but you're rooting for Stafford, you're not. You're clearly not. One loss could be the difference between home playoff game and being a wild card spot. So if you're rooting for that, you're not a Lions fan. Clear as day. Micro Mike to go. What do you think about Parley, Montgomery, Derrick Henry, Bijan Robinson, Tyreek Hill? Oh, man. That's going to be, look, I like the Montgomery pick. He's going to get his. Derrick Henry is definitely. You got Bijan Robinson. My God. Tyreek Hill. Well, I think you're going to you have a really good chance to win. I don't know what the rest of your lineup is. Yeah, that's true. This Broski Bear, you made a great point. Who is your top fantasy football pick? Oh, man. Damn. That's hard. That's hard. We're doing a fantasy football thing on tomorrow. On LNU. So if I put my pick out right now, it's going to get picked up. But generally speaking, it's going to be the top running back in the NFL. That's what I'd go with. So right now, Christian McCaffrey, he gets a ton of points. You could go that route. Someone who gets the ball a lot. So if that's what you're trying to do, there you go. Smash the hole. Who is your, the only thing Matthew Stafford ever won in Detroit was a Pro Bowl. What's up, Josh Jackson? Where you at? I'm at my house, at Ford Field's house. You're saying Stafford bashed the fans. Oh, Stafford bashed the fans. I don't care if he bashes them or not. I don't, for me personally, I don't care about that anymore. That was done and over with last year. I just look at Stafford as another quarterback coming into Ford Field trying to beat us. And the only thing I want to see is the Lions beat them. That's it. I don't, at this point, that's the only thing I want to see is a win. I don't care about anything else. So when people say he does a tribute video, I'm like, you must ain't watched the post game for us. Yeah, man. We could do a tribute video and a retirement video when he comes back to the Lions when he retires. Like, there's no reason to do anything like that now. The Bears haven't been relevant since Rex Grossman was their quarterback. They're building a good team though, Dale. Let's keep it 100. I think they're an 8/9 win team, but they are building something over there. Hutch going to be in Stafford's face all night. Cam Sutton on the Lions and the Steelers. Vildor will never start. Cam started on the Lions and Steelers started. Vildor will never start. I don't care I don't care. Hey, what's up, man? I'm living the dream. You make sure you subscribe to Spirit of Detroit podcast. He's part of Lions Nation Unite. We're having a good time. Good time. 100 yards rushing Sunday night. No, I don't think so. You got Jahmyr Gibbs, who's in there as well. His wife is sending subliminals at us. I don't care what Kelly Stafford does. She's not the smartest tool in she's not the smartest person in the class. She's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Her mouth me. I don't care what she says. 4 down the field. Absolutely. Stafford wanted out of here. Screw him, man. Can we just get back just to the Rams and the Lions game? Does JMO see the end zone Sunday night? Yes. I say he does see the end zone Sunday night football. I'm going to go yes on there. Let's see. I have a feeling we are going to run all over this team. I hope so. I have nothing against Stafford, is what it is. Respect him off the field, but when he plays us, he's the enemy. There you go. After the way that the fools treated Goff, no, I hate the Rams with a passion. You can. I personally have no vendetta against the Rams. I'm not a Lions fan or anything. I'm just happy Jared Goff's here. I'm happy for Jared Goff how everything went out, right? Because he was thrown away and he comes here. This is the redemption story. And Stafford won them a Super Bowl. They got it. They got their win. We got a guy who's going to help us hopefully win us a Super Bowl. It was a win-win. He was done wrong. He got paid big money. And I'm always going to root for the Lions. I thought he was playing Monday, not Sunday. Nope, Sunday night. Sunday night football. Mike, you think Monty and Gibbs go for 100 to combined? Yes. To each of them 100? No. That would be hard to do. That's going to be really difficult, but they will get over 100 yards rushing. How will our DBs hold up against Stafford? That's the question. I think they'll do well, but again, this is going to be a secondary they're just starting to come together. It's going to take a while for these guys to fully gel. So I think they'll hold theirs. I think they'll do much better than even last year just because the talent is upgraded. I don't know, exactly. Look, Rams are going to put up points. They're not like they're a scrub offense, okay? They are a top 5 offense. They'll put up points. Do you think Tyrion will be the most effective Sunday night, or will he have – he's going to have miscues, of course. He's a rookie. Hopefully it's not big miscues. Hutch Defensive Player of the Year, I heard. Hey, that would be great. I hope so. Bald is beautiful. It sure is. Who do you think will be our toughest opponent? The refs versus the Dallas Cowboys. That'll be the toughest. Okay, team-wise, it's going to be I think the Houston Texans is going to be a tough game. That's going to be tough because we had to travel to Houston, and I think the Texans are Detroit Lions of the AFC. I think it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be loud over there. That's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I think that's the toughest game. Any touchdown for Waymo. See, how many rushing yards did the Lions get against the Rams? I'll do 135 yards. PFF says we are winning the Super Bowl in Sports Illustrated. I love that. I hope they're correct. But the Lions got to do it on the field. If Goff wins a Super Bowl, and several movies will be made, if Jared Goff wins a Super Bowl in Detroit this year, There'll be movies made about it. There's going to be statues. It's going to be legendary. It's going to be the story of the United States. It'll be on Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. It will be on the morning, your local. It would be everywhere because it would be historic. I remember when the Cubs won the World Series. It was historic, and that's baseball. Now imagine if the Lions win a Super Bowl. It is going to be beyond historic. It will be legendary. Jared Goff will be a legend. He would be a legend if he wins a Super Bowl. The legends of Jared Goff. Folks, I got to get off here because I got stuff I got to do. We'll be live again tomorrow on Lions Nation United. I think Speakeasy is going to be hosting it. And then we'll get back with you on that. With that said, folks.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless.